Hi, welcome to Physical Science 4.4 on wave calculations. Wave frequency. So we know that frequency measures how often something happens over a certain period of time. And we can measure how many times a pulse passes a fixed point over a given amount of time. And this will give us the wave frequency. So suppose I wiggle a slinky back and forth and count that 6 waves pass a point in 2 seconds. That frequency would be 3 cycles per second, also known as 3 hertz. So we're going to use the term hertz to stand for cycles per second. The period is the time it takes for one cycle to complete. Remember that one cycle is one wavelength. The period is also the reciprocal of the frequency. So we're going to use the letter T to represent the period and F to represent frequency. And period is going to be measured in seconds. So suppose I wiggle a slinky back and forth and count 6 waves pass a point in 2 seconds. What would the period be? Well, since the frequency was 3 hertz cycles per second, the period would be 1/3 of a second. We can use what we know to determine how fast the waves are moving, and this will be the wave speed. So think back, what was our formula for velocity? Well, velocity is distance divided by time. The distance we know about a wave is the wavelength, and the time that we know is the period. So wave speed could be velocity, length of the pulse, divided by time for a pulse to move past a fixed point, or wavelength over t, lambda over t. And we'll use the symbol lambda, it's an upside down y, to stand for wavelength. So if velocity is wavelength divided by period, and remember, t is 1 over the frequency, we can also write velocity as frequency times wavelength. Velocity is frequency times wavelength. This is the wave equation. So grab your formula sheet and let's add. On your formula sheet, we want to add this entire slide to one box. Velocity is lambda f. Lambda is v divided by f. F is v divided by lambda. V is velocity in meters per second. Lambda is wavelength in meters, and F is frequency in hertz. T is 1 over F, and F is 1 over T, where T is the period in seconds, and F is frequency in hertz. So let's look at a couple practice problems. A wave traveling in water has a frequency of 500 hertz and a wavelength of 3 meters. What is the speed of the wave? Well, velocity is wavelength times frequency. 3 times 500 should be 1,500 meters per second. 2. The lowest pitched sounds humans can hear have a frequency of 20 hertz. What is the wavelength of these sound waves if their wave speed is 340 meters per second? Wavelength is velocity divided by frequency. 340 divided by 20 is 17 meters. You're going to be doing lots of calculations in class. Thanks for watching.